See if the TV actually goes in real time too. Bam, we're live. What's up, guys?
Good morning.
Good morning from Brock Johnson. All right. Let me see. How come the TV's not working? Oh, shit. There we go. All right. All right. Let me see now if I can choose the right. There I am. And then that thing's on a little bit of a delay. Oh, don't worry, Kenneth. We're going to learn a lot about bike surfing. I don't have too many people in here. Thanks for doing this.
This is dope, man. I appreciate you taking the time to reach out after the world record, and
you want to bring that closer?
Super stoked to be out here this morning.
The closer it's if you talk like this, you get all sexy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They start swooning when you put your lips close to the mic.
I know. Just like many other things. We do a lot of crazy stuff in Santa Cruz. You know, when I heard I was gonna come on a podcast, you know, I didn't know what to say. You know,
do 19-year-olds listen to podcasts? Do you guys even know what podcast?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay,
I mean, some nerd does, yeah, but you know, not to be subjective or anything, but
you're not being too judgmental.
No, not judgmental or anything.
Hey, I love it that a 19-year-old doesn't listen to a podcast. You shouldn't be, right? You should be outside doing stuff.
You should be going off what you think every day when you wake up and do it right away. When you get that instinct to do something and you do it right then, that's what makes something so spontaneous and fantastic.
You're the youngest of 3 boys?
Yes, correct.
That was cool. Your dad dropped you off. You don't own a car?
Right now I'm kind of in some stuff where I actually can't drive right now.
Oh, yeah. But you got busted?
Busted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, totally serious.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
Super bad. Kind of a big wake up call for me.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz is gnarly. Yeah, we're a gnarly town here. You know, it's all, you know, picture perfect on everything, but it's gnarly. You know, and it can get gnarly. And I think, you know, sometimes a big wake up call can be huge.
Yeah.
1 week after getting in trouble, I got a Guinness World Record. Now I'm on here on your podcast. I got an interview with a magazine in an hour after this podcast.
Dude,
manifesting shit can happen in a matter of days.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, dude. Good job.
It's stoked and it's huge, you know. And yeah, sometimes it just takes that one little step. Just that one little step. And like I said, just doing stuff.
Did you get a DUI?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, fuck.
Yep.
Damn. Oh, look at you're behind the exerciser. Hold on. What if I put you over here? Oh, better. The exerciser is one of my sponsors. It's a penis pump.
Oh. Whoa. What? Yeah.
And so your face was stuck behind there, but look, I moved you out from behind the penis pump.
I was penis pumped. Well, I'm always pumped, so
no need. Yeah, you're 19. You don't need
yeah,
a penis pump.
I don't think I would need that.
No one wants to take them as a sponsor. I guess they think it's weird.
Yeah.
So when they came out to me, they're like, "Hey, can we give you some money and you push the penis pump?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah.
No problem.
I had.
It's a safe device. Well, I don't know if it's safe. I've never used it, but it's FDA approved. Dude, Brock, on the instructions, it says, "Don't put your balls in here."
Don't plop your balls in there.
Don't put your balls in the penis pump. You're born and raised in Santa Cruz?
Born and raised here in Santa Cruz, yeah. Grew up on the east side, kind of surfing and skateboarding. Was sponsored by O'Neill Surf Shop. Stretch Surfboards is a garam. Kind of grew out of that phase. Everyone's kind of sponsored in Santa Cruz when they're 13 years old.
And is the east side like considered like the point?
The east side, yeah, point. I grew up on 26th Avenue, 25th to be exact, right across from Nelly. He's a professional photographer here in Santa Cruz. He's actually one of the best surf water photographers in the world. That's Dave Nelson, total legend.
And they call him Nelly?
Nelly, yeah.
And then so Brock, born and raised here, went to school. Where'd you go to school?
Growing up on the east side, I went to Dalmar Elementary. Kind of transitioned moved into kind of Capitola area. I went to New Brighton Middle, and then kind of with the whole action sports thing, I couldn't really have time for high school. So went to Natural Bridges. It's
Were you homeschooled or you just dropped out?
Well, I kind of just homeschool. It was independent studies program. It was the best one in town. Natural Bridges.
Okay.
It's great. Teachers are super cool. It's not like they're trying to force you to do anything you don't want to do.
So were you like a full-time athlete, basically?
Full-time athlete, yeah. When I was about 13 to, I don't know, I want to say 15 years old, I would go up to Tahoe just about every weekend, 4 days a week to 6 days out of the week, training my ass off in and out of cold ass Lake Tahoe when it's minus 40 and, back in the hot tub, just full scale training. And I still push that to this day. I go out to Whitefish, Montana, and I jump in the river, and I love that. Cold plunges are huge, like huge.
So snowboarding was your game.
Snowboarding is still my game to this day. I'll push that more than the bike surfing.
Okay. And you're raised with 3 brothers, and I think your dad said he's about to be a granddad. So your oldest brother's 26, he said?
That's correct. I'm about to be an uncle.
Congrats.
Pops is gonna be a granddad. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, that's my older brother Logan. He's got out of the Navy a few years and made some stuff happen. It's pretty exciting when you got a little one coming into the world.
Yeah. Hey, did you think about going into the military?
I've thought about it like heavily, especially recently.
I bet. When shit goes sideways,
sideways, you're like, what do I do? That's a great alternative. I read a lot of things where action sports guys, compared to, someone that's done a sport their whole life that hasn't so much, you don't get as beat up. I mean, I get beat, dude. I've almost broke my neck several times, broken many bones. And I read something where it was like those action sports dudes, that barrier where they break you down and they try to get you feel your body shutting down, you feel you start losing vision and stuff. We've been there. Us heavy action sports guys have been there. And that's what people don't see. They don't see those long nights, those blood, sweat, and tears that go into just a simple video on the local news channel,
You mean from like actual crashes?
From actual bad crashes to just the way we train in general, because we're not always out there just, extorting ourselves. We have to put in the time and build up the muscle. So when we make those bails, make those falls, we have that mindset to get up and keep going and not let anything stop you.
My kids are big into skateboarding and now they're getting big into surfing. Was that your route also?
That
being
was
here in Santa Cruz?
Totally my route. Yeah. Huge, I still skateboard to this day. I still surf to this day.
Do you skate the parks?
Oh yeah. Huge. I do huge airs over Monty Skate Park. I'm like one of the few guys in town that can actually air out of the half pipe back into the street section.
Where's Monte? Which one is that?
Monty's just right down the street. It's the new Capitol Monte. I'm not quite sure on the full name, but we just call it the Capitol Park. It's been there for it's right down the street from New Brighton Middle School.
Oh, yeah.
Right there in New Brighton.
Is it all tore up? Is it weird? Is it in a neighborhood, like wedged between some houses? Like when I think I know the New Brighton Skate Park. I forget what people call it, but it's the one with the half pipe. And then I know Sea Cliff. I just don't know any. I'm trying to think which one's in Capitola. I wonder if I've never taken my kids there.
Yeah, it's right next to the state park there.
Oh yeah,
You're
okay.
skating,
Oh
you can see the freeway,
With the wall.
Correct.
With the wall on one end and the ship on the other end. Okay, what do you do? Where do you air out of?
Well, that's Sea Cliff.
Sea Cliff.
That's a new one. That one's super rad.
Yeah,
we got world-class skate park builders here in Santa Cruz, so they dial our parks in.
Yeah. Which is the one though where you jump out?
So Monty, if you just go right down the frontage road, like a mile or two or so.
Yeah, it's got the little dog park there.
The little dog park. Yeah. There's a half pipe.
Yeah.
I air out of the half pipe. I just had a filmer out there. He's a local filmer, Skim Shady, Skim Doctor, total legend out here in Santa Cruz. I aired over. I'm all doing. He's all, let's do one. You come over me, and we got a super mental shot. Got the edit
over
out.
The little chain link fence too.
So there's a barrier there's a barrier and there's two like fence posts, and they let you, there's a deck where you can get up on the half pipe,
Yeah.
and that itself's like 3 feet.
Yeah.
So then once you air out of the half pipe, you're 4 feet above that. And then once you come over that ridge, it's like you're dropping in off a cornice on a snowboard.
Yeah.
You're 8 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of transition, but I just kind of fly right over and just stomp
Damn,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been to that park and watched my kids fucking 500 times. I've never seen anyone even remotely consider that.
Yeah. You gotta, if you're not committing, you're bruising your heel and you're out for 3 months. I've done it. It's not fun.
Do you have the same friends that you've had since elementary school?
Oh yeah. Oh, for
same
sure.
Crew?
Yeah. Same crew down to the root. You'll lose some friends, especially in a gnarly town like this. But
Right.
my true friends are sticking with me, and I know who they are.
Hey, in the beginning of the show, you said something about you're basically saying, I'm paraphrasing, but when you wake up in the morning, you need to seize the day. If you have a thought, you need to act on it. Who taught you that?
Wow. Wow. Whew.
Or does it just work for you? Is it something that's just always worked for you?
It's something that I think I've developed because there's been so many countless times where I missed the opportunity to do something, and that's just aggravated me so much where I just wanted to get out there, do it even more and do it harder, and shit will like drive you mad if you don't do it. So if you do it, you can excel yourself, you're all, oh, I can do that again. Oh, I can do that again.
Mhm.
You're not restricting yourself from your true capabilities. You say, oh, I didn't do that, maybe I'll never get it done. You're going to think about that every time some big problem or something comes up. Like, you got to go, I've never been on a podcast before. I was stoked to come on. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
To talk about just whatever.
So you're saying that maybe a part of you was tempted to be like, no, I don't want to do that, but you're like, nope, needs to be done, needs to do it.
Oh, absolutely. And kind of starting to think like this, like I said, it just becomes more and more easier because I do shit super impulsively, like almost too impulsive, like getting myself in trouble and shit.
Can you give me an example?
Where I gotta reel it back and shit. Oh, like loading up everything in my truck at 3 a.m, and saying I'm taking off to Montana. I'm gonna go film bike surfing the whole way there. Once I get there, I'm gonna film some like paddleboard fishing and full document the whole adventure, off-roading. I got a rad 4x4 Ford Ranger. The thing's taking me to Montana and back. Super rad truck. I love those things.
So basically, you're at a place in your life where you're free enough and the goals are big enough that you will impulsively do that. You'll be like, hey, nothing's stopping me. It's 3 a.m. I'm going to load the truck up. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And you're saying that like something like that, be like, oh, maybe that should require a little more planning.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of go through trial and error with stuff like that. You're halfway across California, almost out of the California state border up by Shasta Lake. And you're like, okay, I could go, 10 more hours almost to Montana, but I'm gonna be fried when I get there,
Right.
And it's just stuff like that, which I truly makes you grateful for the moments where you're truly locked in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, there's a kind of balance with that, you can't just be like, oh, I want to go do everything, kind of that second little thought, like when you kind of try to word something, you're like, oh, pop, pop, kind of, I'm learning to kind of I'm still, I'm 19. I'm still trying to learn how to reel it back,
It sounds like you're off to a good start.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
what about your brothers? Big influence being the youngest brother.
Oh yeah, huge. Yeah.
What's it like being the youngest brother? Are you chasing them?
Oh, not really. I mean, when I was a kid, it was just classic younger brother stories and such like that. My older brother, he's a rad surfer here from Santa Cruz too. He's a great barrel rider, Quinn Johnson. I've just kind of always looked up to him, and we've always just gone surfing and been great bros. And my older brother, he's kind of a big Navy man, and I've kind of looked up to him, and he's got a wife now, kind of, you know, different kind of structures. It's kind of cool to just have a nice family here in Santa Cruz and get to see them. My brother's actually in town visiting right now from I believe Colorado. He's in flight school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he going to be an airline pilot?
Oh yeah, totally. He's like top of his class right now.
Tell him to stay away from the Boeings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay, I want to show this. This is so I in my Google alerts I have world records.
Well,
So this popped up the other day in my email and it just said Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Really? Someone in Santa Cruz set a world record?
mhm.
And so I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to show the people at home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear it, but where is this? What track is this?
So that's Santa Cruz High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I got the volume turned off. But tell us what's going on here.
All right. So what you're gonna see here is pretty basic. I had to do this on a official athletics track, no more than 0.01 gradient. Self-propelled too. If you can't see the video, I was pedaling about 25 miles an hour. And that track slows you down significantly. That bike I had is fully stock, and it's one of the newer SE bikes. It's super, super heavy.
SE, is that Santa Cruz?
SE. It's
Who makes those?
SE Racing. They've been making bikes for years. They used to make race bikes for all the BMX racers. And Todd Lyons, he's a SE brand manager. He kind of brought the big bike BMX thing. That's a 29-inch bike right there. And yeah, I basically just did the kind of straight thing because that's what I had to do to follow the rules. I was also in the 6th lane. Everyone's all, oh, I'm coming after this record. That wasn't just 200 meters. That was 225 meters. I just said it was 200.
Right.
Because I didn't want to deal with measuring the extra 25.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get up to, so basically what you're about to do is the world record was 80 meters for bike surfing.
Yeah, it was 80 meters. I do that just about every time I get up on the bicycle. And I can self-propel myself down a road just pumping. I got a way radder bike than that. It's a special Santa Cruz specialized P3.
Okay, we'll look at that in a second.
Oh yeah, we will.
How much is that bike right there? An SE Racing bike?
SE probably retail about 800, I believe.
Just for a stock one.
Just for a stock one, yeah.
And it's just your basic bike. It's a big version of a bike a kid would ride with freewheel BMX bike. You cruise.
Big version of a BMX. Yep.
Okay. And how do you know when you're going fast enough? You're like, okay, I can't pedal any faster. Now's the time.
Oh, you're gassed.
You're gassed.
On the 4th try, the first try I went 10 feet across the finish line.
Oh.
And the 4th try, I'm running. You can only sprint so far before you got to take a nice break.
Right.
And we didn't have too many breaks. We had the football team ready to practice.
Yeah. And so the first try you broke the record, but you said, hey, I can break it by even more.
Oh yeah. Oh, I broke it. I went 10, 15 feet past I broke it more the first time I did it than what they published, which is hilarious. I just wasn't quite sure if I had my hands up away from the bars before the starting line, but then we went back and reviewed the footage after the news did their thing, and I was like, oh dude, that one was like 230 or something, dude.
So when does it start? When does the measurement start? When you have your foot on the back seat and on the handlebars, or as soon as you take your hands off the handlebars?
Once the hands are off the handlebars, the feet are on the seat and the handlebars.
Okay, because you get up holding on.
I jump straight from the pedals straight up. I kind of get my back foot, kind of just jump up, and then I'm just straight in I kind of like to pop up like I'm on my surfboard. And to make it look, because that's really what we're doing. We're trying to make it look like we're street surfing.
And there it is. Damn, I want to watch the pop up one more time.
Yeah.
So that's max. You're sprinting right there. That's just max sprint.
Oh, on that bike, yeah. I could go probably. Yeah. I don't want to say another bike is gonna do this and do that, but I know it will because I've seen what other bikes can do.
Oh, you're saying that if you were on a different bike, you
A
could've-
lighter bike. Yeah, my P3 is like probably like 10 pounds lighter than that bike.
So this is probably not the last time you're gonna set this record.
Oh no. Oh no, not at all. I set the bar kind of low, and it's super funny. All these kids are, oh, I could beat that. I could do this. I could do that. It's like, okay, you do you surf in the forest here in Nicene Marks? Do you go build your own trail and bike surf in the forest? Not a lot of people are doing that. I do that. I go out in the redwoods, do that, going down a mountain, and use my snowboard skills to apply it there, and go over logs and totally get bucked. But at least I'm falling into just some brush rather than the pavement, you know?
Yeah. Let me show people this video here. This one's pretty cool. And then we'll go back to setting the world record. God,
Yeah.
the dismount is crazy.
Oh, that one's sick. I call that one the cowboy kick out.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I think like 6 years now. Not quite. I'm not good at math, but I don't know, probably like 12 or 13 years old when I first started doing it.
Whose idea was it to jump up on the bike like that?
There were some local kids from Stockton that came over. They were doing it at a local ride out. I saw it. They were just kind of doing it in a straight line, and I was like, they were kind of turning a little bit, and I was like, I could probably get up there and whip the thing and do like surf maneuvers, and like, you know, it wasn't far after I picked it up right away. I mean, like my buddy just said in the interview with KSPW, like 6 months after I learned the stunt, I went over to Miramar. It's the biggest hill in Santa Cruz, and I went straight down it, surfing it. I've done it like 10 times since then. I've done it just by myself, no spotters. There's like gnarly consequences to that hill. They call it so-called Death Hill. I guess they put that in the interview. It's gnarly. Some of the gnarly pro skaters in Santa Cruz have bombed that hill.
So you've been doing it 6 years now?
About 6 years, yeah.
And are you diligent in your practice?
Oh yeah. When I'm not, in the snow, I'm on the bike, and I've actually bike surfed in the snow. I'm actually looking to get the local resort I work out in Montana to groom me like a nice little hard pack snow.
Yeah.
And just get some studs in my tire and set a world record on the snow.
Oh, that'd be
for bike
awesome.
surfing.
Oh,
no one's ever seen someone surf down a snow run before.
As I'm sitting here talking to you, is there anyone else in town that bike surfs? I'm now remembering, I think I saw I go down to the point a lot and hang down there with my kids.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen people go down that. What is that road? What road is that?
East Cliff?
East Cliff. Yeah, I think I've seen kids cruising down East Cliff.
Yeah. There's a huge influence with bike surfing now.
You think there's 20 dudes who do it in town?
Oh, I'd say more.
Really?
That can do it? Yeah.
No, that just like who are practitioners.
Who like to. Well, we have kids that come out to ride. There's actually some local kids that come out from Watsonville and stuff like that, which is actually really cool. It's a great thing to get kids on bikes and stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
That's my main goal when I ride the bike, Yeah, I think there's kids that can do it, but they're going in a straight line.
Right.
And it's actually kind of dangerous. I suggest not to do it if you are just doing that, and especially in the streets, that's super dangerous. Go to a parking lot, learn how to control the bike before you throw your bike into a car,
Yeah. I don't know when the phenomenon kicked off, but it kicked off. I mean, maybe it's 6 years ago when you were 13, but all the wheeling, and that's when I started seeing all the SC bikes around, right?
Yeah.
And once a year, there'll even be like this huge crew of kids that I feel like descend on Santa Cruz, and they'll just be everywhere. I think it's crazy cool.
Yeah, we were out riding yesterday. We were out critical mass yesterday.
Oh, really? And how many do that?
So, like you said, you've seen a lot of people.
Yeah.
We've had 1,500 people, 2,500 people
here in Santa Cruz.
Plus, here in Santa Cruz, absolutely hectic. So we kind of tried to tone that down this year. I'm part of a local bike crew called the Santa Cruz Maniacs. We didn't host the ride out this year because we didn't want to be any part of that, you know.
Why did it get crazy?
It got crazy. Yeah, the
like
cops
kids start breaking stuff, or
you know, it's just when you get into a big mob like that, stuff happens.
right?
You know, you can only do so much to control something. There's that many people. You can't control everybody, you know.
Right.
Stuff's gonna happen. So, you know, we totally toned it down this year. I think we didn't have too many over 150 heads, but that was pretty cool because it was super tight, and the people that were actually there were down to ride bikes and weren't really, you know, messing up our town. And
Right.
I told some guy threw his trash right next to our car. I went right up to him and I go, "Here's your trash." And he's all flips out on me. I'm all, "No, dude, we just don't do that in Santa Cruz, you know."
Right.
He's all, "Yo, you know, I'm all, "No, dude. I heard what you said. You said, 'Oh, we can't litter in Santa Cruz.' Ha ha." And you threw your trash down right next to me, you know.
Good on you.
Yeah. And the guy totally flipped his lid. And he later came back and apologized, which was super cool,
Very cool.
which takes a lot, you know. The guy, it was not good the way he reacted, but I kind of wanted to get that message out there. You know, you come to Santa Cruz, you got to show respect, not litter. Kids will want to like swerve cars and shit. That's super dangerous. I've totaled bikes doing that. I tell kids, I'm all, not worth your bike and definitely not worth you.
You know what's the worst injury you've seen from that? You're talking about when people do the wheelies right at a car. And
yeah, kids have died.
They have died
swerving buses and stuff. Yeah, they've died. I believe so. Or really, really messed up. I mean, critical condition and such like that.
What do you think about? I'm shifting subjects here real quick. What do you think about all these kids on electric bikes now?
Oh, that's totally ridiculous.
I'm glad you said that because
It's
you know this road. I live on Old San
ridiculous.
Jose Road,
Yeah.
and it's these 13-year-old girls
Oh,
in little
it's
fucking crop
absolutely
shops
dangerous.
and booty shorts
It's
with their
sketch.
friend on the back going up and
Sketch.
down.
One word, sketch.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
Just
and I'm like,
sketch.
am I just turned into an old fucking old man? But this is so fucked up.
Yeah, here's just my simple take on it.
Yeah.
And they're totally radical. Those bikes a range from 30 to 60 miles an hour.
Oh, I didn't know they went that fast.
The Sur-Ron things, you take.
Oh, the Sur-Rons.
You take the sense.
I'm talking about like the kind of like the big ones, but they are still going 30, and they got like 1 or 2 kids on with them.
There are 3 kids.
Yeah.
And one of them's hanging off the back with their legs dangling.
Yeah.
All it takes is that foot to get in the spoke, and your legs ripped off.
Yeah.
Or you're not gonna walk straight the rest of your life, you know. And what they don't know is they've never ridden bikes their whole life. They don't know that split second where it just takes to just stack. I mean, stagger, dude. And you know,
is every high school like that? Because I'm right here by SoCal High, and it's just a pouring of electric bikes.
E-bikes.
I'm like, whose parent would let your first of all, no boy who's going through puberty should be on a fucking electric bike.
They're expensive too. And
yeah,
dude, that's like one of my main points. It's like I see like these kids, you know, they're not necessarily super fit or anything.
No.
And they're on the freaking
lot of beautiful kids in town though.
Yeah.
We live in a beautiful town with beautiful people.
Rad town.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, and even, you know, if you're just some grom, you know, get on a bike, pedal. That shit builds muscle. You know, like you said, a growing boy doesn't need to be on an e-bike.
And I'm just concerned they're gonna, because if I had one of those, as I'm sure you did, you'd be doing crazy shit.
Yeah, crazy shit. But I could do way crazier shit just on a pedal bike.
Yeah.
Pedal circles around them, and pedal way farther than them. That e-bike only goes 30 miles. We've ridden 45 plus miles, close to 60 miles down in LA. We did a marathon crash ride a few years back. We went and crashed a marathon on our BMXs. There was like,
that's awesome.
The most heads I've ever seen. I think there was like plus 15,000 people there.
Running or bikes?
Bikes. They're all in their spandex with their nice, you know, super expensive bikes, and we're cutting and swerving wheelies and surfing through them. Some guys were totally pissed off, but other guys are like, yeah, that's rad, you know.
I think it's cool when I see the kids doing wheelies all over town.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I always like honk at them and wave. You know what's funny is their first instinct is to think that I'm mad. Like turn around. I'm like, nah, dude, it's cool.
Yeah,
I'm giving you props. I'm not honking at you like you're a douche. I'm like, it's fucking cool. Wheelies. Yeah. Everyone thinks wheelies are cool. Jody Lynn, the 3 Plane brothers, got to be a fan. Boy, what a refreshing guest. The Trash Man. Thanks, Sevon, for the show. Oh yeah, he could be that could be his nickname, Brock the Trash Man Johnson.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Don't be throwing trash around him.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't come to Santa Cruz and throw your trash. This was on a state park too. We're right next to Natural Bridges. And this guy went and throws his trash on one of our state parks. I snapped on him.
Yeah.
And he's all trying to explain himself. So, I live on a boat. I live on a boat. I know to pack my trash. I'm all, if you live on a boat, you know not to put your trash in the corner of a boat because it's all going to blow out when you hit the throttle and go right into the ocean. You're not actually trying to recycle, man.
Yep.
Recycling is putting it in the garbage, putting it in the blue bin.
I think it all goes to the trash anyway.
Yeah.
I don't believe they actually recycle the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they do with it, but at least I can see an effort.
I don't mind it all being taken to one spot.
Yeah. Oh, I live in Montana. I know it all goes to one spot. We don't have a recycling bin in Montana.
Just goes to one big dump.
Just goes to one dump.
Yeah, good. Hey, I want to talk about you started getting into the nuances of setting the world record. So tell me some of the things. So it had to be flat. There was a limit to the grade. What are some of the other things, rules around that?
Well, there was like a lot, dude. So a lot that minused it out was having it on official athletics track.
Okay.
If not, I would have had to, hire a surveyor to come out.
Right.
Which was a lot of expenses,
What about the bike? Did you have to the
bike?
Did like the wheels? They couldn't be bigger than 29 inches.
Oh, it had to be fully stock. Yeah,
stock bike.
Yep, fully stock.
And
bike.
Was that your bike that you did it on?
No, that was actually not my bike.
Just your buddy's bike.
My buddy's bike. I don't have my bike right now.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get your bike taken from you too?
I got my bike taken from me, which is absolutely kind of ridiculous, but I kind of deserved it because I was just being an absolute.
Was
nuisance.
Your DUI on a bike?
It was not good. Yeah,
it wasn't in a car.
Well, I was kind of running from the police.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
Yeah, which is not good. Not good at all.
I thought you were allowed to just do whatever you wanted post George Floyd. I guess not.
Well, you know what I'm kind of seeing, and I don't know, dude. It's sad. It's really sad. It's like I was like a mile from my buddy's house with my bike in the back of my car, and I was gonna go there. I had a drink, from the beach. I was gonna go there, have some more drink and ride my bike totally safe. And I just got totally targeted. They said I was gonna try to street race someone. No, that was absolutely not true. I was saying
street race someone on your bike?
Oh no, in a 20-year-old truck. And the dude next to me was also in a 20-year-old truck. And
your bike was in the back of the car.
Yeah, yep.
Did your bike get impounded?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I get it back soon. And
how long does it take to get that off your so do you have to do like a year of classes every weekend?
Well, I'm still in trouble. I don't even know the consequences of this yet.
Oh, that's
I have no idea.
Right. Did you go to jail?
Oh yeah, I spent the night in drunk tank. But like I said, this is a huge wake-up call for me. I haven't drinking since the incident. And like I said, something was a wake-up call. That was it. That was it for sure. And it kind of woke me up in a big way. Like huge. Like I said,
you're not letting the incident go to waste.
Oh no, not one bit. I'm wreaking every aspect of it where I can just excel myself. I want to do better. I don't want to be in trouble. I'm over that. I've been a rascal my whole childhood. And I'm looking to move past that. But like I said, I was just so close to being at my buddies and biking home, and I fucked up. And it's been like a ever going on thing with alcohol where it's like, oh, I was so close to that. I was fucked up. I was just reading a quote by Aki Akalupo. He's like a, legend surfer. And he's like, oh man, like it's just this quote on Instagram. I can imagine it talking, oh man, it's firing, swell, and you're hungover, the next day and you can't be out there surfing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like devastating.
Right.
Especially at like a high. If you're somewhere up, where you're top of the world, one of the world's best, and you're not out there doing it,
right?
It tears you right down to the core.
Hey, I don't remember how old I was, probably in my late 20s, but that's why I quit smoking weed. Because there was like shit I wanted to do. Like I would want to write something or read, or there would be like something I wanted to do, and I was too stoned to do it. And I was like,
yeah,
it's not worth it.
Totally not worth it.
Like,
no.
and it started happening like on a frequent basis,
Mhm.
or I would be like I wouldn't want to see anyone, so I'd stay at home instead of go out.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This sucks. This is like impacting my life in a negative way. This was supposed to be fun,
dude. That's huge. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This world record thing's like 4 months in the planning. You know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it this weekend. No, wouldn't happen. Oh, I'm gonna do it this weekend. I'm gonna call Laguna Seca this week. No, not happening.
Just because drinking or smoking,
just because I was just
fucking around. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, drinking's really bad, dude. And in like kind of a surf town, it's almost like inhabited as part of the culture.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at your age, I drove. I was in
Yeah.
college and I drank every day.
I'm sure, you know,
I
and
drink every day.
it's like I'm trying to, you know, I said screw that. Kids are to go laugh at me my age, you know, but it's like the sooner you wake up, the sooner you try to get a hold of something and get a grip on it, sooner you're gonna excel, sooner you're gonna have a huge future. You know, a lot of kids don't even see the future they have in front of them.
How old are you?
19.
So you're gonna love this story. At 34, I found CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I was smoking a lot of cigarettes at the time.
Mhm.
I smoked cloves and and American Spirits.
Okay.
And I was like, this shit's holding me back. Like I really like smoking,
Yeah.
but like this is like fucking up my training.
Mhm.
And up until then, I hadn't done much training. Now at 52, a thought that I have once a week is what if I could trade all that partying to be 19 years old again and feel what it was like to become the fucking baddest man ever. Do you know what I mean? And I can't go back.
It's like 0% body fat and stuff like that.
Or just like, I know your body's producing testosterone and shit that my body's not anymore. But if that window closed, like, why not just get drunk when you're 70? Get all the tattoos and drinking and do all the blow and strippers.
Time, man.
Yeah. But when you're 19, your body's like, hey, fuck with me and I'll make you stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck with me and I will respond for you. I will adapt. I will be there for you. And that window fucking closed for me.
Dude.
And so like, that's what I'm trying to do with my boys. I want to like give them as much fucking stimulus as they can because that is, I think the problem with the world, I wonder what you're gonna think about this. I think the problem with the world is today, I think every man at some point or another wants to know how man he can be, but most men are afraid to try it.
Try it. Do it.
They're afraid to try it. And so that's
yourself.
why we have all these men who are kind of headed in the opposite direction right now. They're trying to embrace their feminine side too much. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, dude, don't be afraid.
No.
Just go out to the track and try to run your fastest for 1 minute.
You were born with a pair, use it.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. You're born with a pair, use it. Yeah. And it sounds like you're waking up, 15 years before me.
Dude, that's funny you say that because, I still, kick myself in the ass every day and go,
like, you think you're already too old. Fuck, I fucked up at 17.
What can I do to do better? People go, well, you're kind of like mature for your age and shit. It's like, I just like laugh at them. It's like, I'm still a kid, dude.
Right.
And I love that mentality. I want to stay a kid forever, dude. Right. At the same time, I want to have my shit together.
Right.
You can't be a kid forever. You got to have finances. You got to have, learn how to fucking have a house and shit. I want to have a boat, dude. I want to go bass fish in the Delta, man.
Oh, I saw your bass. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big bass. We catch big bass here in California.
Okay. I want to go back to the world record. So tell me, how did the idea pop? You said you were at 4 months in the planning. So how did it pop in your head?
Dude. I was just like, what can I do to get this out there? I'm doing crazy stuff. Like I surfed down a three stairs on top of the bike, went down all three of them. Like the bike's like bucking back at you, and I'm like putting
is there a video of that?
Oh yeah, there's video on my Instagram. Snowboarder. Yeah, you can scroll down.
Okay, so you went down the stairs, and that inspired you to be like, what else can I do?
What else can I do? Also the forest one, that's like one of my latest posts. That was crazy. I went out in the forest and I'm like, okay, can I do this? And I did it. You just put your mind to something, you can achieve it.
You went down the stairs around a turn.
Sure it is. Yeah, that bail, not too chill. Yeah, around the turn, straight down the stairs, hot out of the gate.
I love how you grab your butt. I see my kids do that skating so many times, like grab a hip or the.
Yeah, just walk it off. Get the blood flowing again.
Is that your bike?
That's my bike. That's the P3 Santa Cruz bicycles. That's the sickest bicycle I've ever rode. That thing is so rad.
Okay, so you go down the stairs and you're like, what else can I do? So you go on Google and you said Guinness Book for surf distance, or you looked up something?
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, what can I do? What can I how that's huge. World record's huge. That's gonna get a shit ton of media. And I'm like, I've been thinking about this for years. I'm like, oh, I can get the world record. I've done these world records. That's like steepest hills, most cones ever swerved, surfing in the snow. I'm like, I could just do the simple distance record. It was only 80 meters. I applied to them. They said the wait time was like 6 to 8 months. They got back to me within a week, just on their standard wait time.
You online you did.
Online. Yeah, I was probably up there with, thousands of requests.
Yeah.
But, I talk the shit, I tell them I'm the best and I'm gonna do it. And I did. I thought I could do 100 meters. I went double that, I was, that's the thing to do, is just say, I got this. I think I can do it. I know I can do it. And you go out there and crush it, and you do more than you can do.
I had this guy on the show, Charlie Lawrence.
Yeah.
And he called a 50-mile race. He called them and he said, hey, make sure your clocks and shit are all right. I'm going to show up there and break the 50-mile world record.
Wow.
And he showed up at the race and fucking ran 50 miles faster than any human's ever done it. And that's what you did. You called your shot. You're like, listen, I'm fucking breaking the record.
Yep.
So cool.
Oh yeah. That's you when you're gonna do something and you have all the confidence to pursue it, you're gonna crush it.
Yeah.
You're gonna absolutely crush it.
So do they send someone out?
Or
do they tell you, hey, you have to film it from 3 angles, or what do they tell you?
Super expensive. It was like $10,000 to have the author or whatever come out fully,
like a certifier, the Guinness Book certifier guy, some old guy with glasses and a clipboard.
Fully publish the thing. And it's like, you could also do it yourself. It's not going to be like blah 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 total certified, but it's going to be in our books and it's going to be a world record. But it's not going to be like we sent our official out.
Okay,
but it's a certified world record. But it wasn't like down to.
Yeah,
I followed.
I mean, it would have been a world record if no one saw it. Is the truth?
Oh yeah, really?
Right? I mean, even if you would have just gone there at 2 a.m, it still would have been a world record.
It's been done before. It's been seen, and like I said, many of the other stuff I've done is also world records. Just hasn't been written down in the book yet.
So you tell your buddy, do you have 2 people filming it with iPhones or something?
Yeah, I've just had my buddies film me on iPhones. That's just kind of how we've filmed. It's easy. You stick the phone in your pocket and you keep right in. KSBW is out there with a huge camera. That was huge because that's super hard evidence. It's like a, super nice, like red camera or something like that.
You called them and you're like, hey.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah. So I called.
Whose idea was that to call him?
Dude, me. I set this whole thing up myself. I'm like, I fucked up. I got to show the world who I am,
right?
And show them I'm not the type of person that belongs in our jail system. There's scumbags out there that do belong in our jail system, not just some young, hardworking kid like me that strives to do great in our community.
Right.
For, I'm just trying to talk myself up.
Right. I'm with you. I had a friend held up an ATM by knife point.
Yeah.
And on Pacific, and the guy got out in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be in there with him, but go on.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, on and on. But I was like,
called the station.
Okay, yeah, the KSBW. I called the station. They called him like Thursday night, the day before the world record, and I was like, because Santa Cruz High's athletic coach called me like 2 hours before that, and he's like, okay, let's just get this done tomorrow at 5:00. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I'm just gonna call the news.
Did you know him because you had to coordinate it with the school?
I didn't know him, dude. I called 2 schools. I called SoCal High. They're like, no, we don't want to do that. And then I called Santa Cruz, and the guy, and I mentioned community, and the guy got back to me. He's like, yeah, you mentioned something about community, and I like that, and I want to do this for our community.
What was that dude's name?
Oh, that was Greg Brock. He had a similar name to me, Brock. Yeah, he was a cool.
He had it reversed.
Super cool cat. I think that's how.
That's really cool. Kudos to him for fucking.
And then another the local football, I think it's Santa Cruz football coach, Sergio. He was out there, super cool guy. He was actually coaching me on the track. Like he's like, I'm like, can we do a few more tries? Like, I'm locked in now, dude. So So all those miles on the bike, all those bloods, he knew what it takes to be out there doing a world record because he's a coach.
Yeah.
He's all, now is your time to show the world,
Really? So
Yeah.
you had never met him before, but
I never met him.
But he became your
Oh,
hype. He came your
locked
hype
in.
man.
I think I might have met the dude like when I tried out for like Pop Warner when I was like 3 years old. I might have like recognized the guy, or something. But like, he totally like locked in with me, and that was super cool. That was community right there.
Yeah.
That was like full community. And so I lined that all up with Santa Cruz High. It took like, no more than, 5 minutes on the phone. I called him again the next day, make sure, everything was okay, and got all the rules, how, students can't be filmed, and KSBW, I knew that because they're professionals.
Right.
So I called them Thursday evening, I'm like, I'm like, oh, barely slept the last 3 nights, dude. I've just been so pumped on this thing, dude.
Right.
And, so like Thursday night, get in touch with just some random guy, right? At the station. And he's like, okay, cool. Probably no idea what bike surfing actually is. He's like, oh, we'll send a photographer out if they're in the area at the time, like totally nonchalant. I'm like, all right, they're not going to come out,
Right. Yeah. That sounds like a blow off.
You're like, oh, so like I wake up Friday morning, just had a cup of coffee, and I see him, like, whoa, that's KSBW. And the dude that actually did the interview on me on KSBW, he calls me all pumped, like super pumped, like wanting to get the story like out there. And he's like, yeah, we're coming down to interview you in like an hour.
Oh, like before, but it wasn't until 5 o'clock at night.
It was like, we're coming to interview at 1:30, and it was like 12. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, I'm jump and go. I got my bike. I'm down at the bike shop getting stuff ready, buying lights and stuff to try to advertise safety. I don't know if they put that in there, but I got, helmet within the few days to, secure the world record. Just kind of.
Was that one of the rules? You had to wear a helmet?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
All safety gear.
Oh, interesting.
Which I'm gonna be wearing my helmet, probably pursuing my professional career.
Your dad would like that. Your dad would.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. But that was crazy, man. Having KSBW call me an hour before the thing, full butterflies, jitters. You can be really good at something. You're still gonna get those butterflies on that starting line,
right?
Any time. Right. And if you don't, you're doing something wrong. That was huge. I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm like, what are they gonna do? They came down, camera, microphone. I'm like, shook his hand. I'm like, first time I met a news reporter, and he's like, all right, and my uncle's over at my house last night. He's like, dude, you're talking like an Olympic athlete on that interview. Like, what, dude? I was just like, yeah, dude, I'm stoked to bring this, and it's for Santa Cruz, dude. Besides the bike, bringing something to Santa Cruz. We're like not only one of the meccas of mountain biking, but we're like the surf city of USA too. So,
oh, it's such a great place. Hey, let me ask you. So, if they came at 1:30 to interview you, what happened? What did they hang out for 3.5 hours, or they left and then you met them back at the track at 5?
They hung out with me. They were down. They were like so pumped on this story, and not like they were psyched on my vision for it. I'm like, I want to do this for the community. I want to bring back unity, because we are a super tight community here in Santa Cruz, and we hold it locked down, and we can kind of regulate it as locals, and I mean hold it down. I like bad, starting to see bad things not happen anymore is what I would like to see eventually.
Right.
But that's really, really hard, especially nowadays. You can't even go punch someone in the face if they do something, talking, back in the day, you do that in the surf, you'd go right to the beach and you would scrap. And that's just kind of surf thing.
Right.
And, it's kind of, but, it's kind of excelled, and it's, it's modern day world. Everything's on camera,
Everything is on
camera.
camera.
Kind of learned to watch that myself, just
Everything's on camera.
chill.
Everyone can see every text and every email.
Just kind of chill. But, you know, as locals, I think we can portray our message kindly. We don't have to punch people in the face like I gave that guy his trash yesterday. It was firm, but I didn't want to. He wanted to punch me in the face after I gave him his trash, but I didn't want to punch him in the face.
Right.
No, that's not how I want to resolve conflict here. I want to just do everything I can to make you like that person's that person's struggling. When someone comes at you like that,
right,
you think you got problems, they probably got a whole whirlwind of problems.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good on you.
Yeah.
So they do they do the interview at your house?
No, they did it at Santa Cruz High. So I had to be at Santa Cruz High like 3 hours before the record, like and pacing around in circles, like pumping up my tires and stuff. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Right.
Once that camera got it, I just locked in, and the coach is like, okay, we want you at 5, you know, PE's out of here in like 30 minutes. Let's just do it. And then we did, like I said, I did it on the first try.
How long did it take to do all 4 tries?
Oh, in less than 30 minutes.
And they were cool with you being there that whole time.
They were cool with it, yeah.
And those guys in the news story, those were your homeboys?
Yeah, those were my homeboys. My buddy Keith, he's a super cool, rad cat. He used to ride with the SE crew. And my buddy Phoenix. Yeah, both super good childhood friends. We grew up riding. They've seen me just start out on the handlebars and excel this thing into actually physically surfing the bike.
And did this guy right here with the camera,
that's Keith.
And did he circle with you the whole time to film
He
it?
circled with me. Yeah, he's a badass. He's gone all around the world traveling and riding with SE. 50s, hundreds of miles, you know. So he can keep up with me.
And so that's not a distraction. You're like, hey, that was all part of the plan. Hey, dude, film the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got super gassed on one because I was trying to keep up with him. I sprinted down the first 100 meter, went all the way around. And by the time I got the starting line, I was just like gassed, you know, on one of the trials. And I was like, okay, we'll dial that in where you'll be right next to me, you know, kind of as a pacer for me.
He's stoked for you.
Oh, yeah, there's Sergio. That was Sergio there. That was the coach. And then Keith, yeah. Keith's super stoked. I should have given him a high five right there.
and then this is the it'll take a second to pop up there, but
yeah.
Then this is the news guy right here, the dude with the dress shirt on.
Yeah, super professional dude. And he was like super pumped.
Yeah.
He'd asked me right when I did it, like, no, not on camera or anything. Just came right up to me. He's like, I can't imagine how high you feel right now. Just high on life, you know?
Right.
And, you know, I'm totally sober right now. I looked him dead in the eyes and I'm like, I don't need any alternatives. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do you have your eyes set on another world record?
Oh, for sure. Like, I got my eyes open to dude. Yeah. Like I was talking to, you know, one of my coaches, one of the leaders of my bike crew, and he's saying, dude, like, yeah, this is a gateway, dude. He's all, watch out for the hate too. Those guys are coming, dude. You know, they're gonna come and they're gonna say, oh, I can do that. You know, I can beat that, but they gotta put in the time. This is like months in the process. And like I said, I got that split second, that instinct to do something. Like I said, a lot of people don't have that or haven't developed that. Something you can develop easily.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, not really. Kind of just stay single for the beautiful ladies in Santa Cruz that want to come and join me.
Yeah, fair enough. And
there's no time for a girlfriend when you're 19 years old.
And you know, I've had a lot of people on the show who really excel and who like want to really push the limits.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like when I was a kid, I chased girls, but it seems like the people, especially the men who excel, they don't chase girls because they're too busy focused on what they're doing, and sort of girls come to them.
Yeah, absolutely. If my advice for someone that is super good, pro dirt bike rider, anyone, like people that are like really like gnarlier than the shit I do, even like they get caught up with women, and it sucks them right down to the fucking core, dude.
And not that it's the woman's
Physically and
fault; it's their
literally.
fault for becoming obsessed and preoccupied with.
Yeah. I just think you should focus on what you're doing. Like you said, the women will just come. They'll come flocking. Actually, you know.
Right.
It's like I don't even gotta like try to get chicks' numbers.
Right.
Like that's like ridiculous. Like, what, dude? You're like 19. You'll ask for girls' numbers. It's like, dude, like I got so much on my mind. Like I don't really like care about. Like I'm 19, dude. Like I have plenty of time in my life to focus on women and you know like finding a nice girl. You know, but like right now I'm just trying to lock in. You know,
and you have to assume that people who work hard,
yeah,
have goals, dreams, walk the path of excellence and virtuosity, that you're just going to attract people are going to want to come to you.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone loves a hardworking person.
The law of attraction. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, law of attraction.
I kind of think so.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well,
I have a podcast studio, and it attracts people to do podcasts.
Well, the thing, there'll be some really bad people too. They'll want to come into your life and you know reap that from you, and do terrible things in your life. And you know, I strongly encourage parents and stuff to strongly observe like coaches and stuff, because you know there's countless acts where it's been someone where like the parents have trusted so much and that person betrays not only the parents' trust but the trust in that student, and which is super sad because a lot of students will look up to coaches like father figures and such. So like that's super sad.
You mean like really creepy shit? Like
creepy shit,
like,
dude.
There's sexually exploit them.
There's pedos in Santa Cruz. Like it's all, oh, Santa Cruz is cool, dude. So fucking dark place behind the curtains, and a lot of people won't say that, but I'll expose that right now.
Yeah, you're welcome to.
I'll expose that to the limit, because and a lot of these guys, they don't get in trouble. They're out doing what they do. They're in another state doing the same thing.
So a friend of mine the other day, not to take the show to a really dark place,
but
her daughter is a you know, one of the best surfers in town. I think she just won like maybe a national title in Huntington Beach. I want to say the girl's like 14, and her friend were you know, on one of the side streets by the point changing into their wetsuits, and a dude pulled up in a car and started watching them.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Weird.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of registered sex offenders in Santa Cruz, like countless, where I know, and they're back on the streets, like probably multiple offenders. I just stay the fuck away from those people. I strongly encourage parents, just get you know, it's a pretty gnarly world out here. Be close to your kids. Spend that time with your kid. Be right there. Like you seem like a really active dad.
Yeah, I homeschool my kids.
Homeschool your kids. I strongly recommend that. The school is not a good place for kids nowadays.
Isn't that amazing hearing that from you? Hey, do you think you're when I was your age, I was kind of like, fuck it, if the world goes to hell in a handbasket, what do I care? Like I'll just I care. I care more.
Oh, I'm so glad you say you care,
because now I have kids and I care. Now I have kids, I care.
It enrages me so much when I see bad. Something goes off in my head. I see red, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you want to bring bad into my fucking city? Beat it. Get out of here. Never come back. This town is full of love, respect, unity, you know?
Yeah.
All that stuff. I can go on and on about what we're about, but we're really just about keeping it tight as a community. And when people, you know, fuck it up, that betrays trust. And trust is huge, you know? That's like, yeah.
I'm so glad to hear you say all that. I'm so glad to hear you say that. And you still live at home with your parents?
Yeah, I live at home with my parents, which is, you know, this point in my life, I think, you know, I've had a lot of setbacks where I think I could be totally out of the house right now.
Do you want to be out?
Oh, I do, for sure.
You do?
I want to accept.
Oh.
I want to.
I was in and out.
I don't want to live with my parents.
When I was 30, up until I was 34, I was in and out. I was
34
34 the last time I was kicked out.
Okay.
Now look at me.
You're a badass. Yeah.
But why don't you want to stay at home and just hang out?
Because
you know what I mean? Kind of use it as a home base, go to Montana, come back. You want to try your own thing.
like I said, doing stuff in the instinct, hanging out
Yeah.
is I stopped playing like video games years ago because I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here like if I'm doing, doing something every day that keeps you young, that keeps you active,
Right.
and that's going to give you that active mindset
Right.
to lock in and push through, because a lot of people, they just are like, what? Oh, they get so frustrated. It's like, dude, just lock into something. Like,
Your dad seems cool. He drove you
my
here.
dad's rad. Yeah, he's a legend surfer. My dad
Your dad surfs?
and his brother, yeah.
Oh, that's
my
so
dad, Alex
awesome.
Johnson, his brother,
Yeah.
Tor Johnson, they grew up surfing local surf breaks, like world-class surf breaks, like the Harbor Mouth, actually great, well-respected, renowned surfers in Santa Cruz. And I get a lot of respect from that. Like, oh, I know your uncle, brah, and like, I know your dad, they're epic surfers. And we surfed with them our whole life. And like, that's what I love about Santa Cruz. It's like, and then people want to come mess with that. It's like, dude, we're second, third gen people that have been here. It's like, don't come here with your bullshit, dude. And I try it. I'm just kind of livid right now just because of like all the shit that's been going on. And I'm just like,
You
just
mean like
wanna-
you've had your wake up call and you're like, you're in a phase right now where you're ready to attack life.
just a head on, dude. I have my
Right.
like head down. So like to the point where I gotta, find the bulletins and go work, because I have so many things. I always do. Action sports enthusiast. I think I could be I could be a pro at something right now if I were to just do that sport. But I'm like, I want to snowboard. I want to bike surf. I want to surf. Oh, maybe I'll be a pro skateboarder next day. It's like, dude, you just gotta find that balance. I like to do all those things, and I still like to do all those things, and I still will do those things till I'm not capable to do them.
When my kids got into the skate scene a few years ago, I was a little hesitant, right? Because when I was a kid, the skate parks were gnarly, and like all my friends who skated, it was like a pretty crazy scene. And now the scene seems like, and we went to Scotts Valley a lot, and we went to New Brighton, Seacliff. There were some fucking shady kids there. There were like 15-year-old kids, 16-year-old kids there who would bully my fucking kids when they were 6. It was kind of fucking crazy. Yeah. But lately we've been going to Mike Fox, and I thought that place would be fucked up. That's actually there's some cool people there.
Yeah.
You like Mike Fox?
I do really like Mike Fox, and
it's
like,
right by the boardwalk.
Right
for
by
anyone
the
who doesn't know,
boardwalk.
that's why I thought it would be sketchy.
Yeah. So there are like some occasional homeless dudes that'll stagger.
I saw trank guys there.
Yeah,
like, hanging
they're
I saw
messed
people
up.
washing their needles in the.
It's sad, but
in the drink fountain. Yeah, I'm not worried about those people. I'm worried about bully kids.
The bully kids,
asshole kids.
Sorry, yeah. Like a park like that, that's a super local park. All the kids that go there, they're rippers.
Yeah.
They shred like.
Yeah.
One of the local guys, DeAndre. He's like super gnarly, dude. The kid's like pro. He does like tray flips.
Is it Asian kid?
He's like a African American guy, super tall kid. And he like stopped skating for a few years, I think, and now he's back out there just absolutely crushing it, like he never left the park.
Yeah.
I just want to shout that guy out because he's gnarly skater, and I want to see him skating more.
Yeah.
I really do want to see, because like I said, this town can drag you down, and if you lock into something, you can really excel.
When you say drag you down, it just ends up at the end of the day, it's just drugs and alcohol.
It's just drugs and it's alternatives. It's alternative to this high adrenaline lifestyle, and it's super sad. There's gnarly stories of a lot of the guys that pioneered Mavericks. They would go out there really high. I'm not talking about on pot. They were really high.
Like on
gnarly
Molly,
narcotics.
coke, or like Vicodins and Oxycontins.
Gnarly shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like gnarly stuff.
The whole gambit.
The whole whatever that whatever. And that's like gnarly because those guys are like big wave surfing is no joke. I mean, you get beat, you have to be in tip-top shape, and they're going out there, super high.
You ever gone out there and watched have you ever been up to Mavericks? I've never been up there.
Mavericks. No, I haven't really been up there. I've seen a lot of footage and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
I actually know personally, like one of the kids that's like doing it big. He's not really a kid anymore. He's got like a wife and stuff. Willem Banks.
Mm.
I've known the guy since I was a little kid, like riding for O'Neill and stuff. And he just like went out there and surfed Mavericks one day and like absolutely like crushed it. Like he like does the biggest drop-ins and like he's super gnarly the way he does it. And he's like a super cool cat.
Do you know
And
Jack?
Jack, Conti?
He, tall blonde dude, looks like Ken.
Mm,
Teaches, he surfs Mavericks. He teaches surf. He has something called the Waterman's course. He teaches at privates.
like Jack Snyder's surf school, maybe. Something, maybe. I'm sure.
He's like 34.
Yeah, I know most surfers in
Most,
Santa
yeah.
Cruz. A lot of them where I'm like, I don't really know you, but I know your face, and I just say what up to you. You know, kind of like, yeah. Hey, man.
You like privates?
Privates, the like slab barrel.
The is that what it is? I just found it's funny. I lived here 8 years, and my kids took a surf camp. That's the one with the steel gates, and it's in the neighborhood, and you go down those stairs.
Oh yeah. That was actually private. That's why it's called private, because it was a private beach for years, and we'd all sneak into it as kids. You know, that was like it's like a 12-foot. You know, climb over it.
Yeah. I cannot believe that. I've just started going there this year.
Now
and
it's
I'm
all
like,
public. It's super cool.
But there's still no one there.
There's still no one there, and that's
there's no parking. And every time I go there, I'm like, this is like Hawaii. This beach is insane.
Right? It's rad, and it like there. Watch out, there's some creeps down the way. They're all nude.
Yeah, I saw the naked guys.
I saw
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
They can go stick their thing out in the sun. I don't give a shit.
Sure.
Don't come anywhere near me, man.
Right.
But whatever. No, I think it's super cool they brought that to the public, because it was like these kids are like sneaking in there and like and going and like vandalizing it and shit. And it's like, that's just because you're saying, oh, they can't do this.
Right.
You let them in there, you know, they could have all the time to do that. And you got all the time to go and say, hey, you can't do it. You know, it's
right.
Like, and it's like plenty of places like, oh, you can't fish there. It's like, oh, there's fish in there. It's like,
right.
You know, it's some things are just funny to me, man. I see the world in a really, really cool way.
Yeah, I could tell. And it seems like you're harnessing that perspective to
yeah. Dude, what's this coffee, man? It's really good.
It's Paper Street Coffee. They've been my sponsor forever.
Paper Street. Paper Street coffee is like totally killer. I've never had it. First time having it. It's got like a great taste. I'm a huge coffee drinker.
You know what I did? So I was a little concerned because I put 1 shot of espresso in mine and filled the rest up with water.
It's strong. It's great.
And so I told my wife, I'm like, I'm going to have to put 2 shots in there for him, or he's going to think it's too soft.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me see some of the comments here. Sevon, this guy's name is Eaton Beaver. Sevon brought him to the studio to pretend to interview him so he can get some free lessons for the boys. Yeah, so what?
Yeah, so what? What do you guys want to know?
My kids are going to be bike surfing any day.
Yeah.
Jedediah Nelson, former motocross professional, high on life, bro. Yeah.
High on life. Yeah. One word. High on. Oh, wait, no, that is not one word. Just life, dude. You could just put it in perspective. Life.
Sebi trying to talk himself into the 3 Plain brothers won't leave the house. Yeah, I don't want my kids ever to leave. Dick Butter, isn't Santa Cruz full of libtards? Boy, I don't know, man. I think it's starting to I think people are starting to wake up a little bit. I think people don't want.
I think people need to wake up.
Yeah. I think people want the boys back in the boys' bathroom, and I think that they don't want people stealing from small businesses anymore. And the thing is here, and I'd like your perspective on this, even though we're surrounded by all this craziness, you know, like San Jose, San Francisco, Berkeley, because of Highway 17, our shit's kind of so protected still. Like, I still don't see the crazy shit I see on Instagram or that I used to see in Berkeley. I just don't feel like it's coming here. Of course, we have the drugs and the fucking pedos, and but it's still like
that's gonna be everywhere,
right? That's gonna be everywhere, yeah. But like the point has never been safer.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
Because like, we lock it down.
Yeah. Capitola is safe as shit.
Oh yeah, the Capitola PD, they are more than safe. You know, they're
ruthless, huh?
They're
serious,
super on it. Which I just respect that. I respect that authority, because it's a place of not a lot of crime, and they want to keep it that way, and I respect that. Yeah, and it's taken me a lot. You know, I gotten in some trouble recently, and Sometimes it takes that really heavy slap on the wrist. I've had countless wake up calls. I didn't wake up. I kept fucking up. Countless.
When you go in front of the judge,
Countless.
are you gonna be like, hey dude,
I can't break world records in jail.
Yeah, are you gonna be like, hey dude, I fucked up. Thanks for the wake up call. Appreciative of the whole experience. Never fucking do it again. I broke the record. I'm like, or like, are you gonna tell him your whole like?
You think like me. You know that's kind of what I'm thinking. But obviously you can't. You know, kind of go to a judge and kind of you got to state facts. But I have those facts. I broke a world record a week after my arrest. I haven't drinking a single drop of alcohol.
Well, you can also, and what's cool though is you can tell him, be like, hey, I leveraged this horrible experience.
Absolutely.
To turn my life around,
dude.
And you know, as weird as this sounds, thank you.
Thank you. No, honestly, right? I want to go to the cop that busted me that day.
Yeah.
Because he said because I was, you know, kind of enraged. He's like, you know, I'm sorry it's happened to you, you know? And I'm like, and he said, next time I see you, I hope it's a well-acquainted handshake. And I said, oh, it's going to be more than what I hope it's more. I said, I hope it's, I want to see that guy and I want to shake his hand and I want to say, thank you.
Yeah.
And you go, what? This 19-year-old kid just got busted. And like, you know, all this shit could be the potential consequences, but I don't see it that way because, you know, I truly believe in you can make something out of anybody and anybody can do better. Even you can just get out of that rut and just do better. Just start thinking that way. You know, I had to go to like a few AA meetings.
Already?
Or I just did it just because I want to like show them, you know, I've had like
that you're trying. Yeah.
Countless, you know, it's like ridiculous. It's like people are like, oh, here's a beer. I'm like, no, dude. Like I've gotten like a bunch of people like this week, you know, because we're all, you know, here's a beer, man.
Yeah, the homies.
At the right, here's a beer. Yeah. I'm like, you know, denying that. And I like I'm still in the same environment I was in. And like, it was really hard for me to build up that sort of, you know, resentment where I'll drink that. Yeah. But it was kind of that wake up call where I don't have a choice. I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
And if I don't wake up now and today, I'm going to be fucking up for the rest of my life. And I don't want that to be me.
And hey, you know what else? Cause I can tell you want to be a good influence on people.
Yeah,
like that's kind of the thread of.
And
like,
I do say the F word too much.
No, you can say fuck all you want. But the thread of everything you're saying is community, hold down the city. Well, dude, there's people you're influencing in your group.
Yeah.
Who like you don't even know.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
that you're influencing. You know what I mean?
That's what's amazing to me. Is like
you're gonna be influencing people and changing people's lives in these ways. You can come in here, Ari.
Yeah, you know, I think like just yesterday in the write out, like 150 days, I was in the top going right down downtown, our main strip. Just some local dude, total local Santa Cruz guy. He's biking the opposite way. You know, he's totally smiling. You know, a lot of people in Santa Cruz see those 150 bikers go run out of the way. You know, it's just like embrace it. You have fun.
Yeah,
have fun with it. And this guy totally recognized me. I get like a hoot from here, a world record. I'm oh shit. I'm on my handlebars in a surf, right? And you know, another 15 feet later, I look over my left. This guy's coming right at me on his bike. I'm in the surf. I can high five anyone, dude. He's all congrats on the world record, man. Stuck his hand out, and that was like, dude, you're waking up and you're changing people. You're giving hope to this community.
Yeah.
And like people that are just down, right? You know, they see someone kind of striving in the community to do better. And that can even make someone want to do better, you know?
Yeah. Ari, you want to shake Brock's hand? This
Hi, Ari.
I have 20. Ari's 7.
Hi, 7.
Ari's gonna be
nice
a world champion someday.
Yeah, rad, dude.
He's a great skater.
Yeah, I saw you guys have a half pipe in the backyard.
He's a jiu-jitsu fucking
badass.
He's a piano player. He's what else do you do?
Sound like me when I was a little kid, dude.
Yeah.
Everything. Do everything. Find out what you're good at.
What were you gonna say, Ari? Oh, tennis. All right.
Tennis, yeah. Tennis is rad.
He got a Machiavelli tattoo on his
Machiavelli.
Hey, do kids your age listen to Tupac still? Anyone listen to Tupac?
Oh yeah, we are super down with like the old school, early 2000s, late 90s rap.
Okay.
Yeah, Andre Nicotina. We listen to Bay music here in Santa Cruz. Rad music. Oh
Look,
yeah,
look
Mac
at that. Look,
Dre.
they're all coming in. Hey, Avi, this is my oldest son. He wants to,
Avi.
2 weeks ago. Avi said he
Rad.
wants to set the world record in
Yeah,
for burpees. He
burpees.
did 100 burpees in 3 minutes
The
and
most
52
Grom
seconds.
burpees, is that part of the thing?
Maybe.
What?
Avi, you want to shake Brock's hand?
Avi, Brock, nice to meet you, man. What an honor.
Avi, he just set a world record bike surfing. Yeah, we saw it. You did? You saw it?
Oh, even the kids are seeing it, you know, and that's that. I think that's cool, you know. That's
dude,
I'm a
it's the
snowboard
coolest.
coach out in Whitefish, Montana. I work with the youth, you know, 3 to 5 year olds, and when you light up a kid's face, it's you know, it's huge, dude. It's so huge, and parents come and you go, "Thank you for, you know, teaching my kid this." I brought a crazy skill set out to Montana and showed these kids not only how to ride a snowboard, but actually how to balance, because I have crazy balance skills. Like obviously you see with the bike surfing, that doesn't take any ordinary balance. That's very selective few people, like gnarly.
Do you know Luke? As he holds down the Scotts Valley Park.
Yeah, he's like a he's a
coach.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I love about him? He also teaches my kids how to behave. Like skate culture.
Dude, that's what
And that's
I like to do that too
huge.
when I'm coaching. Yeah.
Right? Like support other people, cheer people on when people come in the park, give them a fucking head nod. You know, always yell board if your board's loose. Be respectful.
Park rules are huge,
yeah.
because you could be like such a good skater, but be like a total douche. Exactly. And if you have that respect about others and letting people get their run, letting people have their turn,
Right?
because not only you're out there to have fun and do good, but everyone else is out there to have fun.
Right.
And
Hey,
good.
be careful. Don't trip on any cords. Don't start touching shit. Be good.
Not this.
Oh yeah, you could have that. Did you offer Brock one?
What do you got? Oh wow, thank you.
Listerine strip for Brock.
I might use this later at the next interview. Wow, this is crazy. A lot of things have just lined up within the last 24 hours. Actually, it's been gnarly.
A few times in here, I thought I saw you getting emotional. Were you getting emotional?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This whole thing is just like a whirlwind of emotions, dude.
Yeah.
And like I just want to just like express my condolences to the community and say I'm sorry, you know, for messing up.
Yeah.
But I want to show them. It just takes that wake up call, dude.
Is it hard being this vulnerable?
It's hard. It's super hard, you know, because I'm super well renowned in this community.
Right.
Everyone knows me. I'm just gonna say that hands down, and I'm not trying to talk myself up.
No. It's like that's
West
the way
Side,
it is here.
Midtown,
If you
East
set a world
Side,
record in this community, everyone's gonna know who you are. I know,
everyone knows, and I want to show the world that I'm not afraid to hide truly who I am. Like I've opened up to you on shit on this podcast where I probably would think twice. You know, I was like, am I gonna say that? You know,
right?
But I don't want to hide that. You know, I want to kind of just show people just what you can do in just a week, cleaning your shit up and do. This has been 4 months in the process, or I believe so. We're getting in the 4th month.
Don't trip over that cord, boys. Be very good. You guys go stand back there behind the couch, okay, or to the side. Don't trip on this. 4 months in the making.
About just getting there. I think I got it certified in about three months or something like that. But like I said, it was countless days, and I'm like, I'm gonna go do this. I got it. I want to get it done. And I don't think I probably still wouldn't have gotten it done if it wasn't for that wake up call.
Right.
I'd be I wouldn't be up right now. I'd probably be in bed right now, not feeling too well.
Right.
And that's what's really sad. I'm 19 years old and I'm not feeling well.
Are you feeling better already?
Oh, I feel huge. The next day, you know, I didn't really have a huge problem with, you know, addiction or alcohol or anything like that. But a noticeable problem. Yeah. Felt better just having that, having something.
Just a week of sobriety, like not fucking around for a week.
Just not dude. Just chill. It's been a gnarly summer. I came back from Montana and I kind of just started my summer, early spring. That wasn't a good idea.
Hey, how did your parents respond? Did you call your dad from jail and you're like, fuck dad, I'm in jail?
Well, yeah, I kind of had because I had to get bailed out. I don't have time to be in jail. I actually have no time. I need to excel myself right now.
Was he pissed?
Like I
How
said,
does it
he was
that?
pissed. Oh yeah, like but he kind of understood my. I think he kind of saw my mindset. He wouldn't want to see his son like ended up being just some
fuck up.
beach bum,
Right.
or something like that. And he knows I'm not that at all. And he's I don't know, like this whole thing. We've almost come closer through this whole thing because my dad's kind of a very forgiving dude, and I really thank him for that because if I had like, what if parents like, dude, no, we don't want us, like,
what if they pushed you away?
Bug off, dude.
Instead of brought you closer.
Yeah. And that was huge. It's like, okay, my family really cares about me. My community really cares about me. I got like countless phone calls. All my friends were hitting me up after, I got in trouble. And like, everyone's like, dude, like, oh, I'm so sorry. All this stuff. And it's like, that may sure, gives me some confidence that I'm going to push through this. And
right.
Dude, like, I don't want to drink right now. Like, that's the last thing I want to do right now is just go get all bloated off of, I have time to, like you said, like you're 60 years old drinking a Coors Light on the porch, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. There's plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
There's plenty of time. Hey, and I truly mean it. You will only look like no one's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I partied. No one does that.
Oh no. No, they're like, oh
fuck, what if I wouldn't have done that? Yeah. Instead, I would have gone outside and set a world record. Or I never at 19, I never went out onto a track and tried to run my fastest 400 ever. I'll never know what my fastest 400 meter time is because I was fucking off getting drunk with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, there's plenty of time to do that.
And like I said,
plenty.
A lot of people won't say that. It takes a lot to just like admit that and go, oh no. A lot of people are like, oh, I was the coolest party animal. It's like, no, dude, you're probably like a douche, dude. Like,
no,
you don't know.
You can't even do 10 strict pull-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't even juggle 3 balls.
I can do 5 inverted sit-ups. It's like a Navy SEAL workout. I can do like 15.
Hey, can you juggle?
Fingertip pull-ups.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I train gnarly, like you said, CrossFit. I do all like kind of calisthenics, gnarly stuff like that. Yeah.
Smart. So you do keep yourself.
Oh, absolutely. When
I mean, you look like you're in great shape, but you're 19, so I can't really tell if you're just a fucking,
Yeah. When there's distractions, you'll go in and like I stay at my weight when I'm locked in, like a UFC fighter, dude. Like I don't fluctuate pounds, dude. And I can eat whatever I want. And I train my ass off. I mean, I go hard. I ride 13 miles almost every day just for fun.
Just on that single speed BMX bike.
On a single speed BMX, which is like the brakes are dragging against the rim in order to do those wheelies and stuff. You're like hauling the thing around. It's not like they cruise across the pavement, but like you're pushing yourself. I mean, like, and I'll dehydrate the shit out of myself. I'll push myself to the max in order to know when I get out on that track or I get out on the streets and thousands of people come from LA all over the world to see me do this thing. And they come to Santa Cruz, local bike cruise. I want to show them the shit, dude. Right. I want to be sprinting 25 miles an hour in front of everyone and, ripping. Yesterday, dude, I was going 60 miles an hour in a surf. 60 miles an hour.
On a boat?
No, on my bike, on the top of the handlebars, doing that going down a hill.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I got towed in by a motorbike.
Is there a video of that?
I'm not sure, and I don't know if anyone would see it because it was like a little sketchy.
Where did you do that?
This was on our ride out yesterday.
That sounds insane. Dude, you were holding a rope while you were bike surfing?
Oh no, I was holding on to the back of a bike. Motorbike, dirt bike, and the kid kicked it up into 3rd gear, looking at me. I'm all, because some guys, were out there on just like their legal mopeds and stuff, and they were towing me and going like 45 miles an hour.
Hey, I think you should put Brock Johnson in your
Brock Johnson.
in your Instagram.
Yeah.
Because when I search Brock Johnson, I can never find it.
Uh-huh.
I think like you should have it somewhere. You know what I mean? Like you have to know that
Yeah.
your Instagram is snowboarder.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
But yeah,
is that for a reason?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a kind of snowboard thing.
I know it's snowboard, but like
Yeah.
when I there's so many. Okay, fine, whatever. What do I know? What am I telling a 19-year-old how to do Instagram?
I like the way it's spelled. It's kind of like niche.
Yeah.
Kapash.
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
We can a lot of guys in Santa Cruz kind of have those like kind of little. It's snowboarder, but it's spelled like bird. You know, it's just like.
Oh, this looks like
it's a
my
little
ramp. Were you skating at my house?
Maybe.
Doesn't that look just like my ramp?
Oh, that ramp's rad. That's like an east side ramp.
Oh my god. Are you seeing that, Avi? Avi got disasters and slides, but that how he jumps out right here. Damn. That's next,
Yeah,
boy.
little reaver.
Woo.
Yeah, dude, I got some crazy skate edits out there. Bigger than that stuff. That's just a mini ramp shred.
Oh yeah, here, New Brighton. Damn. Oh. Damn.
And this was like a few years ago.
All right, so you're on a board.
Oh yeah, I'm on the board. When I'm on the bike, I'm still on the board.
Okay, and here's a snow bike surfing. Oh geez.
Oh yeah, that's nuts.
Okay, so you have Mad Wheelie Game too.
Oh, Mad Wheelie Game. I don't even showcase that. Oh yeah, that was in the snow was.
I love your snowsuit.
Was fun. Oh, that's rad. It's like the White Ranger. That's what this guy at the local skate park calls me. He's like, dude, you're like the white Power Ranger in the snow with that thing on.
Is this one gonna scare
Total
me?
hackle, but I think it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
There's another
god.
60 mile an hour surf.
Oh my god. No shirt?
Oh, no shirt. Oh, I didn't have socks in my shoes because I wanted to get the full grip.
Oh my god, dude, this is insane.
That's my buddy right there. He's a legend here in Santa Cruz.
What's the bail plan?
Oh, you fall doing that, you're not good. I've actually, at that very hill, I fell one night going about 45 mile an hour because I wasn't getting towed in. But just going down that, you go 45 miles an hour without getting towed in. I bailed right at the bottom. My bike flew 15 feet one way. I was 15 feet the other way. A full yard sale. Luckily, I had like a beanie on and my snowboard goggles on the back of my head because I think my head would have been fucking split wide open.
Another thing is once you commit, there's no like, hey, I'm gonna put on the brakes.
Oh, dude, some of the times I do this shit, I'll disconnect my brakes. No brakes. Absolute. I'm gonna ride that shit out or eat shit. Like eat it, dude. Like I said, when I bailed that night, it was so gnarly, dude. My neck hasn't been right ever since, dude. Yeah. This chiropractor's like, dude, you're like second vertebrae up. Like you kind of almost like fractured the thing. I could feel like, you know, he's like,
how long ago was that?
Oh, this was probably like 2 years ago, maybe. That was on one of those big 29-inch bikes too. The thing was totaled. I like bent the head tube. The wheels were all bent. Like I said, the bike was like 15 feet one way. I was ejected 15 feet the other way, and my beanie and my goggles blew off my head.
Is there anything that you're at 19 you won't do anymore? Is there anything like you're like, hey, I'm just not doing that trick anymore?
No. No.
You're still young enough to where your whole what's that called? Your whole arsenal is still there.
Backflips on the snowboard. I've actually been like learning new tricks on the snowboard.
Any moves. Like, you would still bomb all the hills you've always bombed.
Miramar, yeah, like I said, it 10 times. That last one was definitely like within the last year or last like 5. Yeah. Miramar's gnarly, dude. I don't know where the Death Hill thing came from, but they threw that in the article. But it is pretty steep.
Oh shit! I know Miramar, Rio Del Mar.
No, Miramar on the west side. So just imagine bombing in from like the Westcliff Heights up there.
To where? I'm trying to think where is it down into that parking lot?
It's down, you know where Safeway is? The Safeway on the west side?
Yes. On Mission?
Just that road that goes straight up the hill. Up towards Westlake Pond.
Yes. Okay.
Super steep. You're going up, you feel like you're in San Francisco or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, people used to like jump cars going down that and such.
I wonder. Oh, is that steeper than? I guess Rio Del Mar. There's nowhere to bail. You just go. You know what I'm talking about? Where it goes into this roundabout.
I think I've thought about doing that, but the speed I'd have, I wouldn't.
That would be nuts.
I'd
Where
have
would
to
you
shut
roll
down
out?
the road.
Yeah,
'cause I
you would
couldn't.
have to shut.
I
down
do
the
stuff. I go down roundabouts. There's like the boardwalk one. I'm
Yeah,
super
yeah.
familiar with it though. I know when to hit the brakes in case there's a car in the way.
Yeah,
And I can. I
you
hit
have the railroad tracks there,
Dude,
which are
yeah.
pretty hairball.
I hit the brakes on top of the surf because I have no time to get back down the pedals. You just got locked. I just get my hands back on the bars, but my feet are still in the surfing position, and then I'll just rip the brake, and I can actually use my back foot to push out the back tire.
Oh, really?
Slowly start to slow me down. Yeah, one of the buddies out the ride out yesterday, we're just talking about something. We're like, what if we invent a foot brake for you, dude?
Yeah.
So you don't have to reach down. You just stomp down your toe.
Yeah.
And start like skidding around in the surf thing. I'm all, dude, I can do it. I've been learning to get that heel toe and weight and for absorbing that impact.
Yeah.
Especially with like my P3.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get the thing back. It's like, what? Like all this stuff, dude, I want to go do. It's like innovation, bikes with suspension, that was like just coming out when I was a kid. It's like now it's huge.
Hey, Brock, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
That was 90 minutes.
90 minutes. Wow, it felt like 30 minutes.
Yeah, good.
I was just blabbing. I hope I talked someone's ear off. I hope somebody's annoyed.
I'm glad you love the coffee.
Coffee's so good.
And I'm glad you came in.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Maybe I'll go live again later today. Brock Johnson set the world record for bike surfing. Shared his life experience with us. Fuck, what a cool dude. Your dad should be proud. Onward and upward.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate you having me out today.